What happens when the owner of a successful cafe decides to step into the shoes of an ordinary customer, only to encounter a story that changes his perspective forever? Let's dive in to see how this unforgettable journey unfolds. Noah Richardson was the proud owner of a thriving cafe chain called Haven Brew. Known for its cozy atmosphere, friendly staff, and delicious menu, the cafe was a favorite spot for people from all walks of life. Noah had built the business from the ground up, starting with a small shop in his hometown and gradually expanding to multiple locations across the city. Despite his success, Noah had a habit of staying behind the scenes. He rarely visited his cafes during operating hours, trusting his managers and staff to keep things running smoothly. But Noah was a deeply curious man. He often wondered what his cafes were truly like for his customers and employees when he wasn't around. One crisp autumn morning, Noah decided to step out of his comfort zone. Dressed in simple clothes, with a baseball cap pulled low to cover his face, he walked into one of his cafes pretending to be an ordinary customer. As Noah stepped inside, the warm scent of freshly brewed coffee greeted him. The cafe buzzed with life, customers chatting, baristas working the espresso machines, and soft music playing in the background. He smiled, feeling proud of the atmosphere his team had created. He took a seat near the corner and watched as people came and went. Soon, a young man entered the cafe. He looked about 18 or 19, with messy dark hair and a worn-out backpack slung over his shoulder. His clothes were clean, but clearly second-hand, and his face carried an expression of quiet determination mixed with exhaustion. The young man approached the counter and hesitated before ordering. "Can I have a small coffee? Just black, please," he said softly, handing over a few crumpled dollar bills. Noah couldn't help but notice the barista's kind smile as she prepared the order. The young man thanked her, took his coffee, and sat down at a table near the window. Noah decided to strike up a conversation. He walked over and casually asked, "Mind if I sit here?" The young man looked up and nodded, "Sure." Noah introduced himself as a local businessman, carefully avoiding any mention of owning the cafe. They exchanged pleasantries before Noah asked, "You seem like you've had a long day. Everything okay?" The young man hesitated but eventually opened up. "My name's Daniel," he began. "I'm just trying to figure things out right now. I'm living out of my car and working a couple of part-time jobs to make ends meet." Noah's heart sank as Daniel continued. "My mom passed away last year, and I've been on my own ever since. She used to tell me that tough times don't last, but tough people do. I keep trying to hold on to that." Daniel's voice cracked slightly, but he quickly composed himself. "I come here sometimes because it feels safe, like a little break from everything out there." Noah listened intently, moved by the young man's resilience. He felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility, not just as a business owner, but as a human being. As their conversation went on, Daniel shared more about his struggles. He mentioned working at a warehouse during the day and doing food deliveries at night. But what surprised Noah the most was when Daniel casually mentioned, "This cafe, it's special. The people here are kind. I even overheard one of the staff saying the owner donates a portion of the profits to help local shelters. That's rare these days." Noah's eyes widened. He had no idea his staff had been doing this. He had always encouraged his team to give back, but learning they had taken the initiative on their own filled him with pride and humility. Feeling a deep connection to Daniel, Noah decided to take a bold step. He asked, "What if you had a chance to work here? Would you be interested?" Daniel looked surprised. "Really? You think they'd hire me?" "I think you'd be a great fit," Noah replied with a smile. "Why don't you come back tomorrow and talk to the manager?" The next day, Daniel returned, dressed in his best clothes, ready to meet the manager. Noah was there, this time revealing his identity as the cafe owner. He personally introduced Daniel to the staff and explained the young man's situation. The manager, a kind-hearted man named Marcus, welcomed Daniel with open arms. "We'll start you off with part-time hours," Marcus said, "and we'll figure out a schedule that works for you." But Noah wasn't done. Behind the scenes, he contacted a local housing program and arranged for Daniel to have temporary accommodation. He also set up a mentorship program at the cafe, offering employees like Daniel a chance to learn new skills and build a brighter future. Over the months, Daniel thrived at the cafe. He quickly became a favorite among customers and staff, known for his hard work and genuine kindness. With the stability of a steady job and a place to live, he was finally able to start rebuilding his life. One day, as Noah sat in the same corner of the cafe, Daniel approached him with a smile. "I just wanted to say thank you," he said. "Not just for the job, but for believing in me. You changed my life." Noah shook his head. "You did that yourself, Daniel. I just gave you a little push." As Noah left the cafe that day, he felt a renewed sense of purpose. He realized that success wasn't just about profits or expansion. It was about the impact he could make on others. And from that day forward, Noah made it his mission to use his business as a force for good, knowing that sometimes all it takes is one small act of kindness to change a life forever. That's the story, friends. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a pleasure sharing it with you all. Don't forget to comment below and let me know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see the global reach of these stories. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button for more amazing stories, tips, and tricks. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. If you'd like to show some extra love, tap the 3 dots near the share button and send a super thanks.